Okay, so Vox, this very lovely question, which is dear to my heart, on money and work, and being frustrated with having to work in a job and earn money to live when one wants to be a spiritual teacher and talk about Hawkins' work and, of course, the miracles and enlightenment and just be feeling inspired by just sharing God's message with others who want to hear the message. Which is very dear to my heart and brings great ecstasy and joy to myself, to be able to be a spiritual teacher and have that privilege to share the message that has been given to me to share with others. And yes, so I think my experience, I mean, I did go to Money 12-step fellowships, which I found to be very helpful. They calibrate around unconditional love, 540 on Dr. Hawkins' map of consciousness, or maybe lower nowadays due to the atheistic corruption that's going on in the fellowships. But anyway, but I think they were useful in the early stages where it seems like money is important. And I would sort of caution, even though Hawkins does say he just went in a lorry and went off in a van to the desert and left his job and his family and just lived in a hut, and his devotion, and he was in a very illuminated state after his profound spiritual experience, was such that even without much work, um, he would go out, and he didn't care about food. Obviously there was no desire or craving for food, but it would be like whenever the body needed food, people would offer him biscuits or sandwiches or say, "You look hungry, come for a meal." And he was taken care of mystically. And that will happen at that level of consciousness. But if you've got any fear or limiting beliefs, it's probably, I would say it's wise until you reach those very elevated states. And I would also say for him, in his context, it was kind of like he had no opportunity to work. He was so blown out by the fields of enlightened energy that the capacity to work and function was ceased to exist. So you have to just go off into a cabin in the desert and just meditate and trust that food will be given if it's required by divinity. But often when you've got negative beliefs, I'd say, and you're at a lower level, it's good to transition slowly from working full time to being a spiritual teacher. And I think apart from just doing your devotional, the way I would do it is attend work, earn sufficient money so that you've got rent and you can provide enough food for yourself to eat and provide the minimums, and then do the work while you're at work of transcending work so that it seems like you're working, but you're not working because the day just flows by while you're in bliss. So if you do that, usually what will happen is the next miracle happens. When you transcend a job, in my experience, usually the next opportunity arises because you've almost like transcended all the lessons around money and work. And so you transcend any sort of beliefs or fear beliefs so that it seems like you didn't really work, but you were just blissed out the whole day, and still food and money was provided for you. And then it seems like the next opportunity from the universe will provide where maybe you don't need to work, or you find work, or the universe provides work, which is just a few hours a week and provides enough money so that you don't have to work for most of the week, or you get, and so you can just have time to fulfill your function as a spiritual teacher. And you'll find fun people. I mean, like with Jesus Christ. I mean, he didn't have a hotel room. He just went out on a mount and preached to everyone who listened to him. So you don't need to do it formally. As people become attracted to you as a teacher, you just say, "Look, yeah, let's if you're attracted to what I'm sharing with you, here's Hawkins' work. Here's, of course, the miracles, and let's start chatting on the phone regularly. And then once you've got a few people, you can have your own, they can invite them to your own place. Or usually what will happen is I found people would say, "Look, we love you so much, Sabbir, you can use our place. and run your spiritual groups from my place. And the mystical started happening, and venues and places, and the most ideal place in Waterloo has come up for me for many years now. I think well over a decade. I've been teaching there in central London. And so the mystical happens as the passion to be aligned with the message that one has been given to carry does. So, and it so happens now that, I don't really have to work, because as you put forth all that love and devotion to divinity um, at a certain point, it seems that your financial karma is more or less released from you, and so you can do it full time. And that happened gradually. It did take a few years. I think I was probably ironing out a lot of the beliefs that I'd need to work, and also the wisdom was coming. It's not wise to let go of all income until it feels appropriate and the universe has given the green light. It's now okay. And suddenly, huge amounts of money came in from different areas. So it was kind of obvious now's the time to let go of needing to do any kind of proper work. And I haven't had to do proper work for many, many years now. I can just focus on my spiritual calling as a teacher. So that happens. So that's my thing on that. But I don't see any problem in working a job in the beginning and transcending it and doing your being a teacher outside of work and on the weekends, and also just doing the transcending work during the job. My experience is as you transcend the job until you're blissed out throughout the whole job and there's no one that annoys you, usually the next opportunity presents itself. It's like you've ironed out those belief systems. Okay, so I'm going to press stop recording on that one.